Hello! There's a pretty common dilemma in the world of interior design and laying out spaces, and that issue is, where do we put the television?
Check it out. I actually hung this on the wall myself.
It's good.
I want to show you something. A lot of people in the room, you need more space. Voila.
These pictures are not hung up on the wall. So if you're like, oh my god, those are crooked, that looks crazy. They're just resting on the sofa. I'm about to hang them up today. But I had them there just to see how I like them in that space. So don't be alarmed by the crookedness. I have come up with 3 categories of people that I have seen. And I overgeneralized everyone into these 3 categories. And the first category is real, normal people that I know. These people understand that watching TV is a part of normal life, and they don't care where the TV is necessarily, as long as it's in a functional, convenient place to use it and to watch the actual TV easily. Type number 2 is often maybe social media people. I'm saying that because it's things that I see on social media that people might post, and that is the type of person who really dislikes the look of a TV. Their space is centered around aesthetic, and so that takes priority, and that means that the TV is going to be somewhere hidden. Maybe it's a framed TV, the kind that you can buy, or people who build frames around their TV. I've seen a lot of those. Putting the TV behind some sort of mechanism. I watched this one person in a video, they pulled, I don't know if it was shutters or doors, this thing that scooched up, and then the TV was there. But then when it scooches back down, it kind of snaps it shut, so you can't see the TV most of the time. Maybe the more simple option is inside a cabinet or a cupboard. All of these options, the TV is still in the normal sort of living space. It's in the normal gathering room, and the TV is just not visible unless you uncover it from where it was hidden. The third type of person is usually maybe a famous person, or it's sort of a ideal house tour, but usually this is seen in an ideal type of space, and this is a person who refuses to have a TV in any normal living space, or to have a TV even at all in the home. This might look like a media room, or maybe it's only in the bedroom, it hides in a closet, or a room that's not used a lot, and then it's wheeled out or rolled out when it's time to use it. You can tell me below what category you fall into. You're allowed to be a mix, because obviously you can't really, well, you can actually just be one of these categories, but I think I sort of float between 2 and 3. When living with a partner, this can be tough if each of you falls into a different category of the ones I just described. There's sort of this stereotype, or just something that I've become aware of if I'm watching. I love watching home tours, as you could probably tell, so I love a home tour. And there is this phenomenon, one person really loves TV and wants to have a giant, massive television, and it's really important to them. And then their partner literally doesn't want a TV at all, or they just really want it hidden. They don't want to see it. They don't want to see it unless they're actively watching it. If it's not being used, they don't want it anywhere visible. The way it is with Gavin and I is that Gavin is a normal, real person, and he wants to watch TV a normal amount and wants it to be convenient and in a space that we do gather in normally, and just a place that's not hard to get to or takes a lot of steps to find the TV. Gavin wants the TV in a practical, functional space that's convenient, and therefore he is definitely category 1, whereas I am obnoxious and don't want to see a TV. I'm a little bit delusional, so I want the TV to be hidden away or in a non-central location. But I know everybody's kind of a mix. Everybody's situation is a little bit different.
I'm an out and proud telly addict. So I think at one point I was thinking, you know what, I'm not going to put a TV in, I'm going to be really chic. And then I was like, I'm going to have to put a TV in because what else am I going to do sitting here?
As a delusional number 2 or 3, here are my favorite solutions that I've seen people use that I thought were pretty cool for the TV dilemma. Number 1 is in a beautiful cupboard / cabinet / built-in. I've seen a lot of people DIY creating a TV-sized cupboard, and it is something I'm interested in. I talked with Gavin about this as a potential future project, maybe, if we feel up to it, to create a sort of accordion door cabinet made of plywood that I could paint and could hang up on a wall. But if we were to acquire some kind of built-in looking wall situation where the TV just kind of gets snugly tucked away in there. It doesn't even have to have a door that like closes it off, but just so it's part of something that encapsulates it into the design instead of it just being this like weird random thing. I know it's not weird and random because pretty much everyone has a TV. It's so normal to have a TV, and TVs are fine. Don't misunderstand me. I like watching TV. I like watching all sorts of things on a television, on a nice big screen. I like to have people over to watch shows together. But when it's not that time, it bothers me. The screen bothers me when I'm trying to do something else or when I'm just trying to enjoy my space, my peaceful home. It bothers me. And I could just like get over that. I know that with enough willpower I could just be like, it's okay. But you know, I don't know. So I have a love-hate relationship. Another cool option that I saw, it was this guy, I think his name is Robert, and he wheels his TV around on this little thing. I've seen this in tiny spaces too, like some Singaporean apartments, and I don't really know where they always keep the TV when they do wheel it away. Like they must have a closet or something, or like a corner that nobody goes to, but you kind of have to have a space for it to be wheeled out of sight for it to really work out. Otherwise you'll just have the TV on wheels in like very random areas. Yeah, you can wheel it in to like wherever. I do like the idea of it being like it's standing up on its own. It's like its own little thing. And then you can just push it around to wherever you want. And then of course, the maybe more obvious one is to have a projector instead of a TV. That way it's a screen that pulls down like a sheet, or you know.
You call this a multimedia event? This is a slide projector and a bed sheet.
And then it pulls back up, it's gone. And the only mechanism you see during normal hours is like the projector itself, which would have to be somewhere, like it has to be in the spot that's opposite where you want to project. So you kind of have to have a good spot for it to be housed, or maybe it's on something that drops down from the ceiling. It's a little bit complicated, I would say. Takes a little bit of thought, but it's also a cool way to avoid the black box in your home in general. All of these solutions that were like my favorite ways to hide a TV all include like an extra step to get to the watching experience. Like you don't just turn the TV on. You have to like open something, or like move something, or pull something down, or like hit something that drops the thing. It's not just like click. So in the age of convenience, it definitely adds a layer of inconvenience in those solutions, which I think is a reason why a lot of people don't opt for these types of options, is because it's just like maybe not worth the trouble. Yet maybe these extra steps will make us gravitate less towards the TV and more towards things around us, which isn't maybe everybody's goal, but that is something that I am working towards, is to be on screen time less often. Personally, I am addicted to my phone. I know probably a lot of you are too, but I'm trying to find ways to not be. We are currently in the process of moving into our home, this house, which I love our house so much, and we still have not moved in officially, still are not like living here, but oh my gosh, very soon. But last week I arranged the living room in a couple different orientations, and I liked each of them, but I have changed it again because I read through the comments of that last video, and I was reading your comments and suggestions. I took parts of a few different suggestions and created a Frankenstein's monster of a layout that I'm actually liking a lot. I think I love it. As you might have seen last week, my big black box TV was blocking a big portion of my beautiful window, and I was not loving that at all. So I decided that that was unacceptable, and therefore I needed a new solution to this space. But where could a big black box be stationed where it could blend in or be part of the design space in an intentional way that doesn't detract from the room? Come with me and I'll show you. So some of you may remember in our apartment, we had two of these screens. One was behind our bed and one was in the kind of dining room office area. One of you mentioned putting screens behind the TV if it wasn't gonna be in front of the window anymore. And I was like, oh my God, I have screens. Pasha gave these to us. He got them from a job. They were getting rid of them, and they're solid. They're very heavy. Since they're black, I feel like they will kind of just, the TV will just become enmeshed in the design maybe, I don't know. So I'm gonna put them behind the TV. I'm gonna get the other one. And they're a little bit janky because there's a couple pins missing from the hinges. So I might have to get some of those eventually, but I think I can still line them up where they'll still like hold together. I only set it up like this 2 days ago, so I am still feeling it out. I don't know if it's perfect, but I definitely love it. And I know that if you haven't watched my other videos, you might be like, why didn't you just mount it on the wall? Why didn't you just mount it on any wall? The layout of the space is complicated. It seems straightforward, but it's not. This space is weird shaped. It's like a long hall almost shaped to it. And then this window takes up this whole wall pretty much. There's like a tiny little wall here, and the TV wouldn't fit there. And then this wall, personally, the TV would be too high if it was above this sofa. And also, I want to sit on this sofa to watch TV because this is the best sofa. And this sofa would not fit great on this side because we couldn't really walk past it to get into the dining room and to squeeze past. You just have to take my word for it. But I always appreciate suggestions, so if you have suggestions, you feel free to say them, that's fine. But just know that we did try a lot of things, and this is so far the best thing. And I know it's not for everyone, so some of you may hate it, and that's okay. For now, the way our lives are working, the way that we use this space, this is the best solution, and I think that it's gonna be awesome. I'm really enjoying it so far. I just like to stare at it. I love to just look at the screens. They are floating in a space where you can see and appreciate both sides. I think the more ornate side is nice to have right as you walk in. It's like, bam! It's so fun. And then this side of it that's behind the TV is a little bit more subdued, a little more subtle, which kind of helps the TV blend into it so that it's not like cutting off too much of the actual picture. So that's my solution. No matter what category you fall into, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're happy with your space as it is, then I'm happy for you. But if you're not, I don't know, take this opportunity or this encouragement to like move some things around. Just like try different layouts, try different configurations, and see if you end up liking something better. Switch things around. It's like fun and refreshing to do it, and it like makes the space feel brand new again. It gets the creative juices going, and I don't know, it's like inspiring. At least that's how I feel about it. I know not everyone is the same, so don't feel pressured to do anything with your TV. You leave it where it is if you like it. Ta-da! I'm very happy with how it turned out, how it looks here in this spot of the living room. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
The life of Rosalind is the life for